Thomas and Henry woke up ready for the day. "I wonder what jobs Gabriel's going to give us today, Thomas," said Henry. "I already know what my job is. I'm to take some special visitors around the island today." "Well, I hear I'm supposed to take a goods train to the quarry." Then I came to Tidmouth Sheds to give Thomas and Henry their special jobs.
Thomas, Henry, I have a job for the both of you. Henry, you are to take a goods train to the quarry, and Thomas, you are to take some special visitors around the island for a tour around in Annie and Clarabelle.
Yes, Gabriel. Right away, Gabriel.
All right. Good luck.
Thomas soon arrived at the docks with Annie and Clarabelle, while Henry arrived at the docks to pick up his waiting goods train. "All right, Thomas, I should be able to manage this train on my own." "Are you sure, Henry? That train is awfully heavy for you." "Oh, it's fine, Thomas. Besides, I'm a big engine, and I can pull very heavy loads." "All right, if you say so." Henry soon left the docks with his heavy goods train. As Thomas waited for the visitors to get on board his train, Emily pulled up. "Emily, what's with the long face? You look like you had just seen a ghost."
"Okay, I'll tell you, but promise me you won't laugh."
"I won't."
"So last night when I was at the circus with Bill and Ben, I saw this clown and he had so much makeup on him, it looked really creepy and it scared me. And Bill and Ben teased me about it. I'm really scared of clowns." "Hey, you said you wouldn't laugh."
"I'm sorry. Well, I hope things get better for you, Emily." The visitors were soon aboard Thomas's train, and he left the docks. Meanwhile, Henry chugged along the line, pulling his heavy load. It was hard work, and his axles ached.
Hold back, said Scruffy, and pass the word to the others."
The silly freight cars giggled. As Henry was getting up the top of the hill, he was beginning to find the train to pull harder. And as he got to the top of the hill, he found himself going slower and slower and slower. And then he came to a complete stop. Henry was stuck. "It's no use, Henry. We need a back engine," said his driver. Meanwhile, Thomas had stopped in a siding so that the visitors could have a picnic. He was talking to Edward about his trip on Christmas Day. And then there was this big, huge tower, and it was covered in lights. "Wow, Thomas. Sounds like you had a fun trip." Meanwhile, Thomas's driver was in the signal box with the signalman. The signalman was on the telephone. "Henry can't get up the hill. Can you and Thomas go help him?" "Why, bless me, yes, we should go help him," said Thomas's driver. Thomas's driver came back to Thomas and told him what the problem was. "Henry can't get up the hill with his heavy goods train. We have to go help him. So why don't you let Edward take over for you, and we can go help Henry."
So Thomas reversed onto the main line and left Annie and Clarabelle to go help Henry, while Edward took Thomas's visitors around. At last, Thomas arrived at Gordon's Hill to help Henry. "Hello, Henry. I'm here to help."
"Oh, good, Thomas. You came to help me." "It's my pleasure, Henry. Now let's get you up the hill so we can get this train to the quarry." Thomas buffered up behind Henry, and he began to push him up the hill. "We're doing it," said Henry. At last, with one final heave, Thomas and Henry got the train up the hill. "We did it," said Henry. "Now let's get this train to the quarry," said Thomas. Thomas and Henry soon arrived at the quarry with the goods train right on time. Toby, Mavis, and Daisy were there.
Right on time, you two, said Toby. Thanks, Toby, said Henry.
I'm impressed, said Mavis.
He did get stuck on Gordon's Hill, though, said Thomas, and it was a good thing I decided to step in and lend a hand.
Well, Henry, you know now it never hurts to ask for help when you need it. And it's a good thing little Thomas came to help you when you were stuck on that hill.
I do, Daisy, and I'm glad Thomas came to help me. And he'll always be one of my friends forever.
And they were.